On everybody, we are live for Mindset Monday, and I'm running this one solo because Dave had something to take care of. But one of the things I wanted to tell you guys is stop comparing yourself to other people. Right? I had some friends in town. We had some great conversations this past weekend, and one of the things that came up is a lot of times people compare themselves to others, and you're making yourself miserable with there's no benefit to it. Okay. You don't know what that person did. You don't know what they went through. You don't know what they had to struggle to get where they're at today. Okay. And so a lot of times when you're comparing yourself to other people, you don't know what they went through. You don't know what they dealt with. And there's zero benefit from doing that. Okay. Now, if you want to learn from people that, let's say, your neighbor just got a awesome, awesome vehicle, or your neighbor's having some success, you might want to mimic some of the things that they're doing. Okay. But the only person you should ever compare yourself is who you were yesterday and what did you do today. Right. And by doing it like that and keeping it in that mindset and mind frame, it allows you to consistently get better and improve because you're comparing against who you were the prior day. Right. So if you went to the gym and you did everything you had to do yesterday, what can you do to beat that today? If you were working hard and you did 100 outbound calls, right, in the office yesterday, well, can you do 120 today? Right? It's those little things and competing against yourself and making yourself do that one extra thing or those two extra things every day that you might not want to do. That's the stuff that's going to move the needle in your life where you're at. Right? Dave, what's up? Thanks for joining us, brother.
What's going on, man? Thanks. Sorry, a little late. Got a little child incident, but he's all good.
Hey, that's all good, man. I was just telling we were just talking about stop comparing yourself to others. You don't know what they went through, right? You don't know anything about their journey, and to compare yourself, you literally could be looking at someone's. Think about it like this. This is a good one I thought about. Like you look at like Hermosi, it looks like he blew up overnight. But he's been doing these exact same things since 2014, day in, day out, day in, day out. It just seems like he came in from out of nowhere because you see him everywhere now. Okay. So comparing, if you just started a business today and comparing yourself to someone who has been doing it for 10 years, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Right. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man. You versus you, man, and you got to put the blinders on and focus on what your mission is, what your objective is, what your goals are. They're not somebody else's; they're yours. Okay. Hermosi's a great example, and we speak about it kind of internally, right? Like if you're getting a start out, think of it from the school system, right? If you're getting a start out, you're preschool, kindergarten, right? In comparison, as opposed to somebody that's years down the road that could be in 10th grade or 12th grade or a freshman in college, right? You haven't put in enough time to get there yet, and what are you putting in your head with that along as well? And it's funny that you put that on the topic today, because I was thinking of the exact same thing today.
Yeah.
You versus you. I have two very close friends, right? One just completed 75 hard after he's been seeing me do it for the last 3 years. He said it was the best thing he's ever done in his life. It was himself, it was intentional, it was all the limiting belief that he got rid of out of his head, and he's compounding on that. He's crushing it now in phase one. And then I have another friend, and I hope he's listening to this, because I know he jumps in on here when I'm on here, but he's getting in his own head and he's getting in his own way, and he's comparing himself to certain things. Hey man, I'm only going to be so good at this in my life. What do I need to do to get here or there? And it's like, listen, man, that's a lack of fulfillment and a lack of vision, right? And like if that's that attitude of you versus you right there, you already lost, bro. Like you got to get your ass out of there. You know what I mean? And there's two
Yeah.
sides to that coin, man.
Yeah, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Like if you believe there's always a way, you will find a way. Right? That's one of I think two of the things that have really served me is just one, thinking that no matter what, there's always a way to accomplish something. You just have to figure it out, or you just haven't done enough of the thing yet to learn how to do it. Right. Two is there's a concept of invisible progress. And I talked about this on my podcast, and Ed talks about it here and there, but it's very, very important. Like, think about it. You're trying to accomplish whatever goal you have, that whatever you set out to do. Okay. You try 100 different ways to accomplish this thing, and none of them work. Well, guess what? You still found 100 different ways that it doesn't work. And so there is invisible progress there. You're not starting from zero. You know 100 ways it doesn't work. And now you're going to try another 100 until you get it or figure it out. Okay. There is invisible progress there. And most people that are the types of people that I want to be around never feel like they did enough, never felt like they put out enough. Right. If you are really honest with yourself, like when you are trying to get better and trying to do more, you will never feel like you actually accomplish what you need to accomplish for the day. Even using like the power list or any of these other tools, it still doesn't feel like I'm making progress fast enough. Right. But that's a benefit and a curse, right? That's a blessing and a superpower. And it's also something that, if left unchecked, will drive you absolutely crazy because it's always in the back of your mind. Right. And being self aware and understanding that, hey, you are wired this way. Okay. It's really important to understand if you're wired that way, because most people aren't wired that way. And if you're not aware of it, it will literally drive you nuts. Dave, what else you got on that?
Oh man, 100%. I'm so glad you said that too. Yeah. So over the weekend, we had 3 seminars like all day on a Saturday, right? Like back to back to back. Started at 8:30 in the morning. Did a little thing at a local car dealership here, and then we had our first ever Spanish only presentation. Obviously, I'm not doing it, but I'm there to support our team and meet other people that invited us there and so forth. And then lastly, did one with a bunch of nurse practitioner entrepreneurs, um, based on business credit, right? So ran hard from 7:30 to 4:30 all day on a Saturday, right? Because I wanted to, right? It was a goal like we have, like that's things that we're getting into. And then I thought about it. It's like, you know what? Put this shit down on a Sunday, unwind a little bit. Could we do more? Could I have done more on Saturday? Yeah, there were other things that I did after that. And it's like, you know what? Like, fuck this shit. Put this down, spend some time with the family, let your mind unleash. As hard as it was, man, your hand shakes a little bit. You're like, I want to pick up that phone or that computer. But, like you said, man, like you can lose yourself and lose your shit, man, if you're just vested on that. Oh, I got to get more. I got to get more. It's almost like that addict mentality, right? Like that drug. It's like you keep going. It is what drives us, right? But you also got to blend or balance whatever that there's the balance, right? That word that 50-50 like to use or don't like to use, but you gotta tune out sometimes, and get away from that, because then today, hey, back at it, let's go.
Yep. That's the game. Keep doing it longer and longer, figuring out more ways it either works or doesn't work. Keep stacking them. It's really not that hard.
No.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. We will catch you for Financial Fitness Friday. Please share this with someone that needs to hear it. And we'll hope you crush the week.
Be great, y'all. Ding 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 ding.